Mental health is a hot button issue right now. What can we do when we think someone might be wrestling with emotional issues? What can we do to possibly stop shootings before they happen? Joining us this morning is Patrick McNamara, President and CEO of the Palm Healthcare Foundation. Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us here today.
Good morning, John. Thank you.
What got the wheels turning at Palm Healthcare that you wanted to begin, maybe not begin, but continue dealing with emotional and mental health issues?
So last year we were inspired by a guy named Dr. Jeremy Rickman. He's a neuroscientist whose daughter unfortunately was killed in the Sandy Hook massacre. And he was very inspiring to listen to and talk to. And he talks about the focus now should be on brain health and how are we promoting brain health. And so we decided to change the conversation when we talk about mental health, behavioral health, and really promote brain health.
Okay, as opposed to just gun violence and make the connection there.
Exactly, and you know, unfortunately violence, well, it's important for folks to understand that violence is not a product of mental illness. It's more often a product of social isolation and anger issues. Definitely mental health issues can be at play, and while it's important to be able to shine a light on how we can do better with mental health issues, it's important that folks understand that these sort of violent incidents are not a product of mental illness.
Okay, so talk about Train Your Brain, and what else is Train Your Brain doing?
So Palm Healthcare Foundation launched the Train the Brain campaign, and for folks to learn more, they can go to trainthebrainpbc.org. It's a website that we launched. There are three key takeaways that I'd like for folks to understand about this. One is that there are things that we can do for ourselves. Every single one of us. Brain health affects every one of us. Things like nutrition, physical fitness, sleep, social isolation, and interacting with other folks. Things to reduce our stress. All of those are things that every one of us can do to take better care of our brains. The second is, what can we do for each other? There's something called Mental Health First Aid that is fantastic, and we are proud to support the Mental Health First Aid Coalition. It trains lay people how to identify and do something in the case of a mental health emergency. And then three, resources. Resources on this issue. Unfortunately, Florida is 49th in the country in terms of per capita mental health funding, and we can do much better. We know that we can. So now's the time to push research, education, and better services.
All right, a website or a phone number if people need more information.
Trainthebrainpbc.org.
Simple enough to remember.
That's
all right,
it.
we're out of time, but I appreciate you coming by today and explaining this to us.